Hey, warriors, you're about to lose something today, something that's been choking you your entire life, that desperate, suffocating need to be liked, that reflex to smile when you want to scream, that urge to explain yourself to people who don't deserve your words. The moment you stop needing their approval is the moment you become untouchable, dangerous, free. Niccolò Machiavelli understood this 500 years ago. While everyone else was writing fairy tales about virtue and honor, he was cutting through the noise. He watched princes fall because they were too kind. He saw empires crumble because leaders cared too much about being loved, and he wrote it all down in brutal, raw honesty. This isn't about being cruel. It's about being smart. The world doesn't reward the nice guy. It rewards the calculated one. The one who moves in silence. The one who keeps his cards so close that others can't even tell he's in the game. Think about your life right now. How many times have you swallowed your words because you didn't want conflict? How many times have you smiled through disrespect? How many times have you over-explained yourself to people who were already judging you? Every single time you did that, you handed away a piece of your power. Machiavelli saw through the game. He knew that being liked is a trap. It makes you predictable. It makes you weak. It makes you controllable. And the worst part, people don't even respect the ones they can easily like. They respect the ones they can't quite figure out. The ones who don't bend. The ones who don't break. Today, you're going to learn 8 lessons that will completely change how you operate. These aren't soft tips. These are street-level strategies for real life. They're designed to make you harder to manipulate, impossible to read, and unforgettable when you walk into a room. You'll learn why silence is more terrifying than any comeback, why delay creates fear, why hiding your pain makes you invincible, why withholding warmth protects your value, why mystery is your greatest weapon, why your absence teaches better than your presence, why saying less makes you more powerful, and why being unreadable makes you untouchable. By the end of this video, you won't be the same person. You'll see interactions differently. You'll move differently. You'll speak differently. And people will feel it. They won't know what changed, but they'll sense something shifted. So lock in. Turn off distractions. What you're about to learn doesn't just change how others see you. It rewires how you see yourself. Before we dive in, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose power over approval. Let's go. Number 1. Kill your reflex to explain. Let's start with the most damaging habit you have, the one that's been bleeding your power since childhood. Your need to explain yourself. Someone questions you. Your first instinct? Defend, justify, over-explain. You think you're clarifying. What you're actually doing is showing them exactly where you're vulnerable. Every explanation is a crack in your armor. It tells them you care what they think. It shows them you're affected. And once they know they can affect you, they own you. Machiavelli once said, "The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him." But here's what he really meant. A smart person surrounds himself with silence when fools demand answers. Stop feeding people explanations. When someone accuses you of something, say nothing. When they question your decision, let it hang in the air. When they push for reasons, give them a look that says, "I don't owe you that." Here's what happens when you stop explaining. They get uncomfortable. That discomfort, that's their problem, not yours. They'll try harder. They'll dig deeper. They'll reveal their real intentions. And you'll watch it all happen while staying perfectly still. Think about the people you actually respect. Do they explain themselves constantly? No. They make decisions and move on. They speak once and that's it. You never see them scrambling to justify their choices to random people. Now think about the ones you don't respect. They're always talking, always defending, always trying to convince you they made the right call. You can smell the desperation. Your silence makes you unpredictable. When people can't get a reaction, can't get an explanation, they start second-guessing themselves. Maybe they misread you. Maybe they push too far. Maybe you're 3 steps ahead, and they just can't see it. I've watched this play out 1,000 times. Someone throws shade. The weak person writes a paragraph response. The strong person? They don't even look up. Here's your new operating system. When challenged, pause. Let the silence stretch until it gets awkward. Then either change the subject or walk away. That's it. No defense, no explanation, no giving them the satisfaction. You think you're being rude? You're not. You're being smart. You're protecting your energy. You're teaching people that your decisions don't require their approval. The ones who truly matter will understand. The ones who don't, they were never on your side anyway. Start small. Next time someone questions why you did something, catch yourself before you explain. Just say, "I had my reasons," and leave it there. Watch what happens. Watch them squirm. Watch them realize they can't control you with guilt or pressure. This is lesson 1, because it's the foundation of everything else. If you can't kill your reflex to explain, you'll never master the other 7. Your words will always give you away. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I owe no explanations. Number 2. Respond slower than they expect. Speed is weakness. Let that sink in. When you respond immediately, you're telling them they have your full attention. They set the pace. They control the tempo. You're dancing to their rhythm. Machiavelli once said, "Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate necessities that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions." People are impatient. Use that against them. Delay is power. It creates space. It creates doubt. It creates fear. Someone texts you demanding an answer. Let it sit. Not for days, but long enough that they start wondering, did you see it? Are you ignoring them? Are you too busy to care? All these thoughts eat at them while you're doing absolutely nothing. Here's the secret. The person who cares less controls the situation. When you rush to respond, you're showing how much you care. When you take your time, you're showing them they're not a priority. This works everywhere. In meetings, don't be the first to speak. Let others fill the silence with their nervous chatter. Then, when you finally talk, everyone listens because you made them wait for it. In arguments, don't match their energy. They go fast, you go slow. They raise their voice, you lower yours. They want instant replies, you give them measured pauses. This alone will drive them insane. I know what you're thinking, but what if they think I'm rude? Good. Let them think whatever helps them sleep. You're not here to make everyone comfortable. You're here to be effective. The delay also gives you time to think. How many times have you responded too fast and regretted it? How many times did you say something in the heat of the moment that you wish you could take back? Speed robs you of strategy. When you slow down, you see the game differently. You notice what they're really asking for. You catch the manipulation behind their words. You spot the trap they're setting. Quick responses make you predictable. Slow responses make you mysterious. People start wondering what you're thinking, what you're planning, why you're so calm when they're so agitated. Here's a test. Next time someone sends you a message that would normally get an instant reply, wait. Just wait. Even if it's just 30 minutes. Watch how the dynamic shifts. Suddenly you're the one in control. This doesn't mean play games with people who deserve your respect. Your real friends, your family, the people who've earned your time, treat them differently. But for everyone else, for the ones testing you, pushing you, trying to manipulate you, make them wait. Time is territory. When you control the timing, you control the outcome. Start practicing this today. Delay one response. Just one. See how it feels to not be at someone's beck and call. See how it feels to own your own time. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My time, my pace. Number 3. Never show what hurt you. Pain is information, and information is power. When you show someone what hurt you, you just handed them a loaded weapon with instructions on exactly where to aim. This is harsh but true. Most people don't care about your pain. They care about their advantage. And your vulnerability? That's their advantage. Machiavelli once said, "Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception." People will use your emotions as deception. They'll poke at your wounds just to watch you flinch, not because they hate you, because it makes them feel powerful. I'm not saying don't feel pain. Feel everything, rage, hurt, disappointment. Feel it all. Just don't broadcast it. Don't give people a map to your weak spots.